Good morning. You're listening to WIFO FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country, 105.5 on your FM dial. The time now is 7:58. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates Country Financial, Murphy Builder Supply, Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, and by First Southern Bank.
Most people understand the need for life insurance, but not many want to talk about why it's essential to your financial plan. It may seem intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. Don't get overwhelmed. Get started with Country Financial. Call me, Sean O'Quinn, today at 588-1051 and let me work with you to find life insurance that gives you the protection you need at a price you can afford.
Life insurance policies issued by Country Life Insurance Company and Country Investors Life Assurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jessup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings restaurant in Jessup is now open for business, practicing social distancing, but still serving that great food that Damon's is famous for. Come inside or come through the drive-thru, but Damon's is open inside and welcomes back its customers. The menu's the same, the service is fast, and the food is fantastic, and the sauces remain the same, mild, wild, insane, or inferno. The number is the same, 588-WING, 588-9464. Damon's Restaurant on West Cherry Street in Jessup, dining room now open for business. Come on in and enjoy a great meal today.
Hi, I'm Raymond Brown.
And I'm Mandy Yeomans. At First Southern Bank, our customers are like family. As a locally owned community bank, we're dedicated to helping our clients succeed.
We have loans for every need, whether it's personal or business. We have lines of credit, auto loans, equipment loans, and of course, we offer mortgages. Stop by our bank or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. Here we are on this Tuesday morning, 21st day of September. Bob, how you doing?
Good.
And you got your Georgia red all on. Red shirt, red cap, big G on each one of them. Y'all Georgia decked out this morning.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. And world famous Butch and Bob Show. We got some guests in the green room. We got Willeen out there to talk about we got Emmylou out there to talk about the Willeen Tom Memorial Radio coming up soon. But right now, Bob, who do we have in the studio?
Got Derby Waters, longtime writer with the Press Sentinel, known him for many years. He wrote a book, so I just thought I'd get him to come in there. He's retired now, but he wrote a book. So
for retirement.
Yeah. What made you write the book? And tell us about what's the book about and where can people get it?
Well, through the years in journalism, you always hear all these tales. Some of them are true, some of them aren't. But after I retired, I got to thinking, really some of these tales ought to be remembered. Somebody ought to write them down. So it worked out. I had time.
So is there some things that maybe you could write after not being with the Press Sentinel, but that now you can because you can be a little more open?
I used a few tales and a few names maybe I should not have, and I would not have had still been at the newspaper. Yeah.
Well, there's certain things that, Bob and I can talk about, and Bob can put in news that we can do that, but a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, you can't do it.
Right. Some of these tales are things that the ones that are based on semi-truth are things that I ran into during the years, but some of them I just made up, but others are,
Yeah, why let facts get in the way of a good story, right?
Right.
Some of the names have been changed to protect the
That's what I did. I was really hoping I could get on the world famous Butch and Bob Show, so I could be world famous too.
Derby Waters in here with us this morning, and he worked for the Press Sentinel for many years, but you did other stuff too, didn't you, Derby?
I always wrote different things for different people and was involved in all the local environmental movements. Mm-hmm. A lot of the politics I should not have been involved in, But I guess, and then over the years, of course, I worked for Congressman Thomas for a decade.
Okay.
And ran a business for a decade.
Yeah.
And wound up back at the newspaper.
You did, didn't you?
I did.
Came full circle there.
It was an interesting time.
Where can people pick the book up? How much is the book?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. If you go to Some Stories by Waters or Some Stories by Derby Waters, it comes up on Amazon. It's available. And
that's the name of the book, Some Stories.
Some Stories.
But there's other books named Some Stories, but you want to get the one that Derby has, Some Stories by Waters or Some Stories by Derby Waters when you go to Amazon.
That's right. And you can get it digital or the paperback copy.
What you been doing since retirement besides writing books?
Getting in trouble, I guess. Now, my wife and I just got back off about a 3-week trip out west in our RV, which we enjoyed. I'd always wanted to. Yeah, I'd always wanted to go out there and see some things. So basically, that and trying to stay out of sight after all these years of my name being in the public. But I'm doing a little writing here. They hope to do more. And what I said about this story was I hope that when people see it, if they got a tale, true or untrue, they'll get in contact with me. Let me know. I'd like to write some others, but I need to hear from people.
I like this chapter 1 right here. Alex Hooper and the Revenuers.
You know about that one.
And Revenuers.
Yeah. Well, it's all written from a Southern perspective and is written not in a modern tone of writing, but in something you would have seen back when.
Back when. Because it says here on your front of the book here, mostly Southern tales I've heard or imagined.
Right.
Okay.
Some I've heard, some I've imagined.
And so, what will they get from the book from reading it? It's more like an entertainment type of book instead of informative, right?
Yeah, it's totally entertainment. I think just a different bent on some of the stories they might have heard through the years, and the way I wound up telling them. A couple of the stories I've never told or never written, and they take on a more serious bent or a more serious part of the human nature. So they're not too humorous, but most of them are.
Yeah, like this in chapter 3, the L and R Committee of Politics.
That came to me through a true politician back in the days when I worked for Lindsay early on. But of course, the tale is fictitious, but the idea is not.
Just interesting story here. The Great Streaking Trail.
The Great Streaking Trial actually.
Trial, not trail.
Yeah,
trial.
That one actually occurred many, many years ago, back when streaking was in vogue.
Yeah, in about 73.
Yeah, we had a couple of gentlemen from over Scriven Way that were accused of streaking. I'll put it that way. And the funny thing was, all the people from Wayne County were invited over into Pierce County for the trial. Now, of course, all my names are made up and the story's made up, but it actually happened that they had a streaking trial over in Blackshear for these two guys from Scriven.
And you got the story here on Chapter 6, that infamous Cadillac Curve here in Wayne County.
That one is a story I first told 20 or 30 years ago in a very, very short column. But if you remember, before the highway was reworked between Jessup and Odom, there was that one large curve.
Yeah, right before you got to Tank Road there.
That's right. And inside that curve, if you're coming from Jessup, was a pile of old cars all stacked in there. Now, you see that along roadways everywhere you go, just about. But I got thinking one day riding by there, why in the world would anybody stack all those old cars in that curve? And that was the beginning of the tale. The tale is totally fictitious, but I wound up, even with the short story, winning a Georgia Journalism Award for it, because I think it plays to the way the South was and to our human nature. So
yeah, and
it's a good
bunch
tale.
of them are Cadillacs, is why they call it Cadillac Curve. Somebody wants to know, does the book have Wayne County stories? Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. They're basically all either did happen or could have happened here.
You've seen a lot. You've been learning a long time. There's always that story. People talk about the Joneses murders. Is anybody ever going to write a book about that?
I've got two books sort of halfway written. One is the Jones murders, which that story, continues to evolve. Now that the accused, one of the accused murderers, is probably set free. So that's one. And the second one is the little town of Broadhurst. When I was a senior in high school, I was a class member with a lady that was from Broadhurst, the last white family that lived there. But for years there was another lady, a black lady, that lived there, and every time traffic would go by, she would get in her front yard and do this voodoo type dance. And I always wondered, well, what in the world was that all about? The truth is that was a very wonderful lady and a great lady, but the other part of it is there's a wonderful tale about Broadhurst. It was one of the last turpentine steel communities, and it had a little lumber yard there too. And the characters that came out of there, both white and black families, the way they interplayed with one another's lives makes it very interesting. I've been working on that one for a while. Don't know if I'm going to finish it or not, but I'm about halfway there.
Okay. Well, Derby Waters in this morning. He's got a new book out called Some Stories by Derby Waters. You can get it on Amazon or electronically. And I think you'll enjoy reading these stories.
I thank you very much for having me today. Hope people will pick it up and read it.
Any place locally they can pick it up?
There's, I think, there's still a few copies on the desk at the Press Center where I used to work. So if they're by there, they may find one there.
Well, we appreciate you coming in. Like I said, I heard you wrote a book. I just wanted you to let people know about it. Yeah,
I appreciate it, Bob.
No problem. Appreciate you coming in. Always good to see you.
Let us know next time you put one out.
Now I'm world famous.
That's right. All right. WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, world famous Butch and Bob Show here for this Tuesday morning. We've got guests in the green room. We're going to be talking rodeo in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Here's your WIFO forecast. Patchy fog this morning, chance of showers, slight chance of thunderstorms, then more partly sunny, with showers becoming likely, slight chance of afternoon thunder, low 80s. Then showers likely, slight chance of thunder this evening, low around 70. Patchy fog early tomorrow, then chance of showers and thunderstorms, and showers likely in the afternoon, slight chance of thunder, mid-80s. Georgia Chief Meteorologist John Weatherby in the Georgia 811 Weather Center. Contact 811 before you dig.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties since 1998. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the local nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our administrative office is located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, and Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak with someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
11 minutes after 8 o'clock, 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country, WIFO. We continue on with the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. Bob, who do we have?
Got Emily Thompson in. The 22nd annual Worleen Top Memorial Rodeo is back. Last year it was shut down due to COVID, but bringing it back. So Emily's in to tell us all about it. Emily, good to see you.
Thank you all so very much for having us on the famous Butch and Bob Show. I've got the funny man for the rodeo here with me today, Colt 45 Heart. Colt's just the best clown that you'll ever see. Best funny man, best barrel man. But we want to thank you. Yes, last year we were closed down because of the COVID. Harry and I really agonized about doing this rodeo this year in view of what's still going on with COVID, but we just had a lot of support from the community. A lot of members of the COVID committee contacted me at work and just said, please don't cancel this rodeo. Everybody's tired of this. It's going to be outside. Things are going to be better by then, so hopefully they will be.
Well, if they can put 60, 70, 80,000 people in a stadium to watch football, we can put a few hundred to watch a rodeo in Scriven.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah.
We certainly hope so. And we'll have, Colt and I were talking about, we're going to have plenty of hand sanitizers, plenty of masks. We'll do the best we can to stay safe, and we just hope everybody comes. It's October the 8th and the 9th at our home in Scriven at T&T Rodeo. Most folks know this was founded in Mother's Day of 1999 in memory of mine and Robert's mom and Art's granny, Willene Todd. And what we do with the funds that are raised from this rodeo, those funds are given away in scholarships at the local high school in Mama's memory. We just appreciate everybody that supported us over the years. We sure want to thank Mike Birch Ford. This is the 5th consecutive year that they've been our title sponsor. They always do a great job, and they are wonderful to work with. Our contract act this year is a new group that we never had before. That's Ginger Duke and the Dynamite Dames from Weatherford, Texas. Adam Gibbs will be our announcer. Adam has announced for us numerous times. And Colt is going to be our funny man, and I'm going to let him tell y'all a little bit about what he does.
That's right. Colt,
good morning.
45 hard in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm Colt 45. I'm a professional rodeo clown and entertainer. I'm actually from right down the road in Patterson, Georgia, and it's an honor to actually get this rodeo. I've been attending it since I was a little kid. I used to rope. And I was a bullfighter before I was a funny man and entertainer. And they finally given me that chance to come and play right here, and I'd call it my hometown rodeo. So I'm excited about it. I'm going to be bringing some acts with me. She was telling you about Ginger Duke and the Dynamite Dames. That's some trick riders. If you don't know what trick riding is, you want to come see that at the rodeo. That's where a cowgirl will be standing up on the horse, hanging off the side, doing things while this horse is running around the arena. So you definitely want to be there to check it out. But I'm also bringing a friend along with me. I have a miniature Appaloosa stud pony named Magic Mike, and he is a showstopper. We AKA call him Pimp Juice, and let me tell you, he's a little pony that wears a gold chain and has a huge personality. We even take him inside. Sometimes we had him inside my buddy Adam Gibbs, the rodeo announcer.
He didn't have gold teeth, does he?
Yeah, no, not gold teeth yet, but we're working on it. We're working on it. We do have a gold chain, though, and
big old gold chain,
and a magic stick, you know. So we do have fun, and like I said, Adam Gibbs, the pro rodeo announcer from Alabama, is a really good friend of mine. I just worked with him this past weekend, and we had a good time there. And he brings a great show too. Lots of loud music, and if you want some entertainment, Screven, Georgia is where it's going to be. Willie Todd, 22nd Memorial Rodeo, 22nd. That is an achievement, if you ask me.
That was just a dream, believe me. 22 years ago, an RN that we have in the ER at the hospital was asking me about the rodeo a few days ago, and he said, "Now is that the rodeo out on Hortense Road in Scriven?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "I remember my mom and daddy taking me there when I was a little boy." And I thought, "Wow."
Hey.
That's quite,
cool,
yeah,
right?
22 years later. We were excited to hear about that.
Exactly.
We want to make sure everybody remembers the gospel sing at 6:30. Preacher Mickey Tomberlin from House of Worship. That'll be at 6:30. The rodeo gets underway at 8 o'clock. Ticket prices are $15 for adults, $10 for kids. Under 6 is free. We'll have rodeo T-shirts, Western hats. We've got a big Western tack wagon coming out of Florida. What else have we got?
It'd be good to have Western masks. You know, you always see on all the Western movies. You know, they got there to keep the dust out of their face.
The bandana.
Yes.
Yeah, the bandana. And put it, or they're either put it to keep their dust out of their face when they're on a cattle drive, or they're robbing a bank. One of the two. They've got the
or avoiding COVID these days.
And so you can have a Western mask and look Western while you're out there.
Well, we've got them coming. We've got a lady in K-ville making those.
The COVID cowboys. Yes. That's what we could call it.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. If anybody's listening that wants to enter the rodeo, the books will be open the Monday prior to the rodeo. For more information, you can just call my cell. It's 256-1034, and I can tell you all about that. What else have we got?
You got the wild cow milk, and don't forget
That's right, the ever popular wild cow milk. I've been trying to get these two guys on a wild cow milking team for 22 years.
Wild cow milking is fun.
Never.
It's fun to watch. It's not fun if you're the guy doing it. I don't think it's much. Don't lie to them all the way, but it's great to watch. I mean, the cows have sharp horns, and some of them, don't milk the bulls.
Attitudes, man. They have them attitudes sometimes.
Yeah, they do. I mean, if you want to see some cowboys getting in some tight spots or some danger, I think the wild cow milking is more dangerous than the bull riding.
That could very well be, but they get those gorgeous handmade Corriente buckles.
That's exactly right. So it's worth it all. It's worth it all.
The buckles are always worth it.
A story to tell the grandkids if you live through it.
Yeah, that's right. One year I had an all-girls team entered, and when my little brother Robert found out about it, he was like, "No, sister, we are not having a bunch of girls out there. They're going to get killed." But it probably would have been funny.
You'd have to let them. You'd have to let them.
That's right.
Hey, cowgirls do it better sometimes.
That's right.
But,
now, what was the trick riding? Tell me about the trick riding.
Okay, the rodeo trick riding. I mean, that was created back in the 1800s when they were having rodeo, and what it was is that the women would get on their horses and kind of do some stuff that the cowboys couldn't do. So it's pretty much like gymnastics on the back of a horse while it's running. This girl, I looked up and saw some of her pictures as well, and she could do a flip off the back of her horse and pop back on it somehow. I don't know.
Amazing.
I don't understand it, but it's something you want to check out. They hang off the side of these horses like the Apaches did back in the day. So one of the tricks is called the Apache death drag. And that girl is hung in a strap with her foot, literally both hands and her head dragging right above the dirt. And it's pretty impressive. And that was a necessity for the Apaches back in the day, but now it's for show and Western entertainment.
Right. Okay.
And these dynamite dames are 4 girls from Weatherford, Texas, and there will be constant in and out. It's not just one girl riding; it'll be 4 of them entertaining at the same time.
Now the rodeo 2 nights again.
It is Friday and Saturday.
Basically
October.
the same entertainment on what you're talking about on both evenings.
Yes, sir. The same thing, same performance. Yep.
Okay.
Butch, one of the main things we want to be sure and do is thank this community for supporting us, all the people that come out and help us work, the folks that buy sponsorships and ads. It costs a lot of money to produce this rodeo, and we would never be able to do it if this little community didn't support us.
Okay.
Absolutely. So thank you to you guys. Appreciate it.
Yes.
And if folks wanted to get a hold of you, Emma Lou, to be able to either enter the rodeo or want more information about it, how do they get a hold of you?
256-1034.
All right. 256-1034.
Yes, sir.
912-256-1034.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. We sure want to thank Mike Birch again. He'll have lots of good-looking Ford trucks out there. Y'all just please come.
He's going to have that lightning out there. An electric Ford truck.
Maybe he'll let me drive it out there in the arena and show them how fast it is.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah, do donuts out there in the arena.
Right.
Huh?
That's right.
We're going to leave some tickets with y'all if you would give
we'll
them
be
away.
giving those away. Yep.
Yep, that would be great. If you need more, please let us know.
We always need more.
That's right. That's right.
We can do that.
All right, good. We'll get more from you then, because people love winning those tickets.
That's right.
Thanks.
And so tell us the events. Let's say a person's I've never been one of these Willie Todd Memorial Rodeos. What can they expect when they walk through the gate and throughout the evening? Just paint them a picture there, Emily.
Okay, the sponsor, the events, the Cowboys and Cowgirls events are bull riding, team roping, calf roping, the kids' calf scramble,
Barrel racing.
Barrel racing. How could I forget
Barrel
that? Yeah,
racing,
sorry
that's
about
right.
that. I forgot that.
They have, and there's ranch bronc riding. So there's guys riding wild bronc horses, ranch style. Pretty sure. What else we got? And you can't forget the opening. I think that's one of the most important things about rodeo, because we still say the prayer before the rodeo, and we still remove cover and sing the national anthem before we get started, and that's a big thing.
Willie Todd Memorial Rodeo, you sing one anthem. Some of these sporting events now, they're starting to sing
a bunch.
No.
Well, we're just here in America, so we're gonna do the one we need to put first.
We're gonna be
we're
just
not knocking the other ones, but that's where we are.
We are going to be just as patriotic as we've always been.
One nation under God.
Right. And are there plenty of seating for everyone out there?
There
Should they
is.
bring chairs or?
No, sir. There are plenty of bleachers. We're able to seat about 1,500 people. So.
And what about appetite? Can you take care of that?
We can. We got we've got barbecue, pizza, burgers, funnel cakes, homemade lemonade. We'll have plenty of food.
Okay.
Come hungry.
Come hungry, huh?
That's right.
All right. The Willie Todd Memorial Rodeo. What are the dates again?
October 8th and 9th. Gospel sing at 6:30. Cowboy church at 7:30. Rodeo gets underway at 8 o'clock. The gates open at 5. Thank the Lord, it's always been crowded, and if you don't get there early, you'll end up having to sit in traffic and it'll take you a little while to get parked. So just come early and spend the afternoon with us.
Okay, ought to be a lot of fun. It always is.
That's right.
Thank you.
One of the great events here in Wayne County every single year.
Much. Thank you.
Emma Lou?
Yes, sir.
Glad you were able to come back on again. Colt?
Yes.
45. Look forward to seeing you get knocked around out there in those barrels.
Yes, sir, man. Look forward to it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right. Bob, any more questions or comments for our guest? All right.
No wild cow milking for y'all this year?
No, thank you.
No.
All right. We'll be back more of the world famous Butch and Bob Show in a moment.
Here's your WIFO forecast. Patchy fog this morning, chance of showers, slight chance of thunderstorms, then more partly sunny, with showers becoming likely, slight chance of afternoon thunder, low 80s. then showers likely, slight chance of thunder this evening, low around 70. Patchy fog early tomorrow, then chance of showers and thunderstorms, and showers likely in the afternoon, slight chance of thunder, mid-80s. Georgia Chief Meteorologist John Weatherby in the Georgia 811 Weather Center. Contact 811 before you dig.
The birthday and anniversary calendar here on Big Dog Country is aired weekday mornings about 7:25 right after local news. It's easy to let us know who you know is having a birthday or anniversary. Text them in at 912-427-3711 or call them in weekdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 427-3711. Then listen in about 7:25 weekday mornings to hear the birthdays and anniversaries right here on WIFO 105.5 FM. All right, 823, Big Dog Country Radio, 105.5 FM in Jessup. And Bob, that Wheeling Top Memorial Rodeo is always a fun event.
A lot of people missed it. Like I said, we missed a lot of events last year, so it's good to see some of these events come back. I said people just ready to get out and do things. So.
Yeah, you got, of course, you've got Odom Day beginning this weekend, all the way through the following weekend. It's back this year. You got Popple Farms Pumpkin Patch and Corn Maze and all those farm activities going on during the month of October. And so it's good to have these events back and just have some fun.
Yeah, and they'll be in Friday's Butch and Bob Show, Popple's Farms. So we'll find out what the Corn Maze is this year. That's the big question mark.
Yeah, I looked on their site. I didn't see anything, but that was like, a few days ago. Maybe they've added something since then.
They'll be here Friday. They'll give us all the information.
Okay. All right. And you've got a work session that's going on today. Who's having a meeting?
City's meeting, but it depends on the weather. We got a softball game today, senior night.
Oh, I see.
5:30, if the weather may permit. It got rained out yesterday, so done a little good today. Like I said, it's supposed to rain all the way through Wednesdays, what the forecast says. So I'm not sure how much rain we're getting, but we're getting quite a bit.
Yeah, and yesterday they were calling for 80% chance of showers yesterday, today, and tomorrow, but they've decreased that for 30% to 60%. 30% later on this afternoon, and then 60% early evening. And so not as bad. And then we're back to 60% on Wednesday. And then Thursday, the very first full day of fall, is going to be a beautiful fall day. Just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Now, last week at the BC game, people had to use their phone to be able to get into the stadium to see a football game. Appleton County and Wayne County is doing it right, which is you can go get tickets.
Yeah, Appleton's America. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was a foreign country last week. Tickets are going to be on sale at the lobby of the high school Friday, and also at the gate. All tickets $10 for the game Friday night. So if you want a ticket, get it Friday at the lobby at the high school, early Friday morning.
Okay.
And then Friday night at the game, $10.
All right.
No,
sounds good.
No online tickets.
The way it should be. It's a high school game. Yeah. Sorry, you're going to have to buy a several $100 device to be able to get into our ball game in high school.
Because they did take cash at the concession stands.
They did take cash at the concession stands.
I was curious about that, but they did. So it wasn't that issue. So I don't understand why they couldn't sell tickets at the gate. Didn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, the picture of the corn maze from last year, year before, was go Dogs, and so, but of course they're not going to have a picture of this year's yet, I don't think. But they got Go Dogs on the last one they did. But the corn maze is always fun to go through. Always a lot of fun there at Popple Farms, and all their activities begin on October 2nd, and will be every weekend through the month of October. Just a fun event to go to. All right, let's see here. What else is going on, Bob? Anything happening?
Ready for the Braves to clinch this division. And 12 games left, magic number 11. So picked up 2 games off that magic number last night. Went from 13 to 11, beat Arizona, and Baltimore beat Philadelphia. So it's a 3-game lead with 12 games left. So hopefully they can clinch it early next week.
Okay.
Get in the playoffs and go from there. So I think they're going to win that division. Like I said, they still got the Mets and the Phillies to close out the season home, but
right.
Just understand those ticket sales are going extremely well for that last home stand of the season.
I'm sure it is.
It's packed. So.
And remember, we are your Atlanta Braves radio station for Southeast Georgia. We'll have most all the games right here on 105.5 FM. And if you don't hear them on 105.5 FM, you'll hear them on AM 1370 The Buzz, WLOP. Yeah, they do have that home series once they get through the Arizona for the next today, tomorrow, and Thursday, and then at San Diego on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They have off on Monday, and then they finish out the regular season with a 3-game set against the Phillies on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, and then wrapping up the regular season on that weekend on October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd against the Mets.
Yeah, and happy 50th birthday to Celia Boykin today. She's celebrating her birthday. Like I said, she was in the studio a couple weeks ago with her son Luke, who's going to University of Georgia. So happy birthday, Celia. Turning 50 today.
Celia, 50 today, huh?
50 today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Big 5-0.
The big 5-0. I remember turning 50 17 years ago. Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jessup. Anything else on your mind this morning, Bob? Anything at all?
Not really. I said just ready for hopefully get a softball game in the day. And I said it's been one of those seasons where every time you turn around there's a home game, it's been rained out.
It has been, hasn't it? It's just weird, though. I mean, just
strange.
Every time you turn around, if you want it to rain, just schedule a
varsity girls softball game.
Yeah, right here at home, and you're going to get some rain.
Right. So what's the forecast for Friday? It's going to be a good night.
Gorgeous.
Over in Baxley.
Yeah, it's going to be gorgeous. Yeah, it's actually going to be gorgeous. It's going to be here we go. Friday, sunny, high of 82. Clear skies Friday night, low of 60. Matter of fact, it's going to be beautiful weather from Thursday all the way through next Monday. Just beautiful fall. People are going to say, man, I'm enjoying this fall weather, because that's what we're going to have there for beginning Thursday, which makes sense. I mean, fall actually begins later tomorrow, but then the first full day is on Thursday. So looking forward to some of this cooler weather. Love it when it cools down.
We got the Odom people coming in this week as well, right?
Yep. Got them coming in from Odom to talk about Odom Day. Or actually, the Odom homecoming. Odom Day is actually on October 2nd, but they got activities beginning this Saturday with a Second Chance Band playing that evening at the train depot this Saturday. It's free. And then activities all next week. And then it ends on that October 2nd on Odom Day with the parade and all the activities we've become accustomed to. All right, Bob, we're out of time. Okay. You have a good day. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO. And let's see here. It's brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Country Financial, by Murphy Builder Supply, also by Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, and First Southern Bank.